For anybody that's watching this, this is Andrea Lukuch from Cats Only Veterinarian Clinic. And I just wanted to introduce her. She's a client of ours, has been for a number of years. How long has it been now, Andrea?
4? At least 4.
At least 4 years. Wow, fantastic. So,
Yeah.
so tell us a little bit about your business, just briefly about the history and how you came to own the business.
Sure. Cats Only was an existing business before I came along. It was built in 1988 by a lady who thought that cats deserved something better than what they were getting at a traditional dog and cat veterinary hospital. I came aboard in 1996 as a receptionist, and I found my home. It was what a great place to be, and taking care of these amazing little creatures was just a dream come true. To specialize in one species, that's awesome. As I worked up in the ranks at Cats Only, the opportunity came to purchase the practice when the original owner was going to retire, and I jumped at the chance. And I thought, you know what, I've been running this place for a number of years. How different could ownership be? So I jumped into that rodeo with both feet, and I love every day. Every day.
That's awesome. Now, you got introduced to us through your CPA.
Yes.
And how long had you owned the business yourself prior to meeting us? And tell us a little bit more about, because I know you were a little bit resistant at first to even showing up at the event that the CPA was holding.
Right. So, yeah. My CPA, I thought I was doing him a favor. Like, I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and I'll pad your guest list, especially since I heard that it was an open bar and there was free dinner. So I thought, yeah, I'll come out there and hang out.
So you literally came for the free food and beer.
Exactly, and open bar. And I thought I would just sit here and listen to what you guys had to say, but I didn't need any of this because I was the owner of a very successful business. There's nothing that I really needed to learn. I just needed to keep doing what I was doing, what we had been doing for the past 30-some years.
That's what you were thinking when you got the invite.
That's what I was thinking. And so it was on my second plate of food that I heard a statistic that you mentioned about second generation business owners and the failure rate. And I like stopped eating, like the food was in my throat. And I was like, oh my gosh, that could be me. And meanwhile, I was dealing with my own, kind of identity crisis with the animal hospital, because I was literally just plugging and chugging at someone else's success story. I've been doing the same things that the previous owner had been doing. I wasn't looking to grow it. I was just going to be the same, and that wasn't mine, So I had this crazy identity crisis, and then I heard this thing about second generation business owners, and I was like, oh my God, maybe I should pay attention. So then I did.
Now, if I remember right, when you originally bought the business, why did you originally decide to buy the business?
I was buying my job. Honestly, if the owner had sold to a corporation, they would bring in their own people. If the owner had sold to another private owner, they're going to bring in their own people. I knew a lot about the business, which is great, but it's also bad for someone who wants to create their own identity. And here's someone, a bastion of the past, who is going to fight you tooth and nail because we don't do things that way. So honestly, I was able to buy my job, which is not my job anymore. Luckily, that's changed. But it was a security blanket for me, and a very expensive security blanket.
Awesome. So you signed up for an opportunity to meet with us after that seminar based on hearing the statistics about second generation failure and all that. What made you decide to actually become a client after meeting with us in person?
So not knowing what I didn't know. I thought I knew I could use some improvement here and I could learn some financials here. But then on that discovery meeting with you, just realizing how much I didn't know, I really was excited to kind of start from scratch. And also just being able to take counsel and people who have done this before, who have seen that person crying at the table, who doesn't know how to identify their business, how to create a culture. What's a culture? I don't need a culture. How to make teams happen, successful, harmonious teams happen. The previous owner, I just thought I was just going to ride on her coattails. And so what made me decide, knowing that you guys could all help me to figure out what I needed to do first. And then I was able to relax a little bit and actually get to be creative and decide if this is going to truly be mine, what do I want it to look like tomorrow and way in the future. And now I get to be this creative, exciting person who wants growth and great teams and great culture and stuff that I didn't even know existed before. So
Yeah. So how, you've been a client for, what did you say, 4 years
like
now?
4-ish, yeah.
Yeah. So you've been part of our team for 4 years, part of our community. So how has it made a difference in your business and even life in general?
So in my business, we like I said, we have a culture now. I have the tools to help to build these strong, cohesive teams, tools that I didn't have before. I just threw stuff in a pot and hoped it would come out okay. And then that benefits the patients. So I think that my team, us actually being a team with the same goal and the same vision ultimately benefits the cats of Columbus and surrounding of Central Ohio. And if we're able to help these little guys and help their owners realize the value of what we do, we're able to charge appropriately. I'm able to compensate my team appropriately in an industry that is known for terrible wages, terrible hours, but you just do it for the love of the cats or the love of the pets. Being able to stand out among other veterinary hospitals as truly being not only an expert with cats, but being an amazing place to work and to want to continue to work and this be a career instead of a job. How has it helped me? I get to be an owner. I went from being a receptionist, or an office manager, and I still am kind of identifying with hospital administrator, but I'm the owner of this. The buck stops here. Like, I get to make these amazing decisions that I look for your counsel and Annette's counsel on a lot of them. But I get to really put my stamp and my identity on this place. I love helping the people to help their cats, whether it's the team here or it's people at home. And I really am just fulfilled with the work that I get to do. So
that's awesome.
how it helps.
It's very cool to be passionate about your work, isn't it?
Yeah.
And do you feel like your business at this stage has the ability to succeed you a whole lot easier than it did a few years ago?
Most definitely, because I keep using the word identity, but my whole identity was cats only. Now cats only has my identity, which is fantastic. So I can leave and I'm able I'm ensured that the place is running without me. I like to be here, but I know that I don't have to be here. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I had not even been to your clinic yet. And Annette and I were driving, past. We were on Riverside, I think. And she's like, "Oh my gosh, Andrea's clinic's right up here. We'll have to stop in and say hi to her. We'll surprise her." And you weren't there, and the team said, "Wow, she hasn't been here all day. We're not even sure where she is." And Annette's like, "That so rocks," because he used to be tied to that desk.
Yeah. It was literally, I was tethered there, and I always said I was driving the desk because I thought that's what I needed to do. But now I need to be in a different desk in a different place of the hospital, and I enjoy it a lot more.
That's pretty awesome. So we're still in the middle of it to a certain degree, but we're kind of coming through it. COVID.
Yeah.
How has COVID affected you guys, and how has your relationship with us helped navigate through COVID?
Sure. I am so grateful for you guys just during this whole crisis. You guys were literally like an anchor, like a lifeline when I didn't know if we were going to be open, if the governor was going to shut us down. Well, how do I pay my staff? How do I make sure that we're safe and we keep our customers safe and our kitties safe? And how do I didn't know, and you guys were going through the same thing. You didn't know either, but just knowing there was someone there with you who didn't know, but said, hey, we're going to figure this out together, was amazing. At the start of the coronavirus, we did experience a little blip in decreased traffic here and decreased revenue. But I tell you, once people went into quarantine, all they did was stare at their cats or adopt cats. We call them quarantine projects, and business just took off. Having you guys there for our weekly meetings, and even we had a period where it was like daily meetings to talk about, just think outside the box, what we can do to pivot during this this weird, unprecedented time, literally kept me sane, kept me able to make decisions for our hospital confidently, which is what my team needed. They needed a leader to be confident and protecting them, and this is what we're going to do. And being able to articulate that to them was huge. Everyone was so scared. Things have lessened up a lot in terms of regulations, and but the confidence in these decisions to make sure that my team stays safe and healthy, and our clients stays healthy, and their cats stay healthy, is what I think is going to propel us through this pandemic. So
That's awesome.
thank you. I'm so grateful.
Oh, thank you for being such a great client and being coachable. So how's your vision changed from when you first, you've already mentioned it. Your vision originally was, I just want to buy my own job so somebody else doesn't bring their own people in, because you had it for a lot of years.
Exactly. Because if I had to start all over, I'd have to be a receptionist at some other hospital, and I don't want to deal with that. My goodness.
Yeah. So what's your vision now?
I didn't have a vision. Yeah, Cats Only didn't have a vision. I didn't have a vision. I just wanted a paycheck. Now the vision is, and I joke, and this isn't really our vision, but in my head, it's total feline domination. Like literally Cats Only becoming just the one-stop shop for anything cat related. The actual vision of Cats Only is it used to, our kind of like our motto was, oh my God, I can't delete this part out because I can't remember. No, it was, oh my God, Craig, I can't believe this is providing the finest in feline healthcare. Yeah. Now it's revolutionizing the finest in feline healthcare. We're making so many strides to become this epicenter of feline medicine, that we are revolutionizing the care, not only the care that we did yesterday or 30 days ago, but yeah, the stuff we did an hour ago. What can we do better? What can we make these cats feel better quicker, more cost effectively for the owner? Every day we're looking to better what we did the day before.
That's awesome.
So that's our new vision.
And like, what are some of the things that set you apart from other people in your industry?
We have a team that wants to be the best. They don't clock in and clock out. They literally want every patient that comes in here to spend a minimal amount of time to get them healthy and get them home. And to provide that service, we have to be educated. We have to, all the conferences that we go to, all the stuff that we're innovating here in the office, the studies we take part in, is all to achieve that goal. So, sorry. Yeah, I think that, I think that's it.
That's cool. Yeah.
I'm getting distracted. We got a new phone system and it's blinking at me and I got distracted. I'm sorry.
I gotcha. No worries. And so in terms of attracting new team members and things like that, do you find that it's easier to find great people given our relationship and the culture building and shaping and the clear vision on where you're headed?
I am so grateful for that as well. Before, we would just put an ad up for someone to help us out. We didn't specify who that person was per se in the ads. And with your guys' coaching, we're able to literally fine tune those people who are going to read that ad. And then hopefully they join our team. We've changed the way we do our interview process, using the tools from you guys, like the disc profile. We're able to make sure that round peg does go into the round hole, and not setting someone up for an unsuccessful career here by putting them in the wrong spot. So I think that the team that we have cultivated have been it's been pretty meticulous. Like, we make sure that we hire slow and make sure it's the right person for the job. We're getting some fantastic applicants. And I just hope that they love it here as much as the current team does. So
That's awesome. Yeah. And how's your profitability been compared to when we first met?
I didn't even know how to read our financial statements. I'm not a number person. I don't like the numbers. But yeah, we've increased our revenue and our profitability crazy. Like, and I wish I had better numbers to give you. Again, I'm not a numbers person, but we were fortunate enough to be on Columbus Business First top 50 fastest growing companies last year. And I'm hoping for another spot this year. I have a nice plaque in my office that we were recognized as one of Central Ohio's largest women-owned businesses. Again, looking at revenue, also just because we're women-owned and we're women employed, it's a fantastic honor to be part of such a great, be recognized.
Yeah, high five from over here.
Thank
And
you.
that's a great honor, especially the fastest growing in terms of, you think about it, most businesses that are going to be on the fastest growing lists are oftentimes either newer businesses, and you're second generation, been in business over 30 years, and or they're going to be a lot of technology firms, which by their nature can just scale pretty quickly. So for a vet clinic to be on fastest growing, that says an awful lot about you as a leader and where you're headed.
And just having, again, confidence is another big thing, is just having the confidence that you guys helped me with to make decisions regarding growing our practice, adding another veterinarian, adding support staff and nursing, changing our hours to better suit our customers. That in turn helped us to become one of the fastest growing companies in Columbus. Being able to make those decisions by looking at my numbers and talking it over with the staff and seeing what not only our customers need, but also what our staff needs to continue to grow and be successful, are decisions that I was having a lot of trouble making without the counsel and just the help from you guys. So ActionCOACH has been amazing in that respect too.
That's awesome. And now you've been around us for a number of years. We're very big on community. So you've come to conferences with us, and you've gotten to know a lot of clients from around the country. You've gotten to know a lot of action coaches from around the country. How would you describe the value of being able to attend that kind of stuff and get to know other clients and things like that?
That's invaluable. Let me tell you, I never was a network person. I thought there was nothing that I could learn from someone who was a coach or someone who owned an HVAC company. What am I going to learn from that? But being with these other small business owners who don't think like small business owners, they're thinking bigger, is something that is so attractive because I get to learn from them. At the end of the day, we're all selling a service or a widget or whatnot. We want what's best for our business, and hearing other people with their celebrations and with their struggles, it makes you realize you're not alone on the island. Getting to go to these huge events, the conferences and the networking events are just so fun because you're in a room with so many like-minded people who have different ideas that you can learn from. Meeting the coaches, to be a coach, you guys are a different breed of person. To have the patience to deal with the criers and the fighters and the tough guys and the wimps, to have that kind of fortitude to deal with us is amazing. Every coach that I've met have been some of the most compassionate, patient people. And everyone just seems to want to celebrate the wins. We'll talk about the losses and hopefully turn that loss into a win, but to celebrate the wins is so important, and it's so much fun, and it makes your organization and the people who attend these things so much fun.
Yeah, it really does. Now, from your perspective as a client, how important is it to that our network is as large as it is, and we're all speaking the same language, we're utilizing the same systems and the same tools and all that kind of stuff, versus just, let's say we were just a one-off coach all by ourselves with our own knowledge and things like that?
Right. Well, the consistency, seeing that everyone has kind of drinking the Kool-Aid. lets you see that this is what you're doing is successful. You follow these steps, it's going to lead ultimately to your success. So the fact that you're just not some Joe Schmo guy working out of your basement, which is not successful, there's a whole team of you, an army of you that I can use near my little toolbox here that are going to ultimately make me successful. If there's inconsistencies in the message, well, I don't know that I necessarily trust what you're saying or what someone else is saying. But the fact that it's a unified message and seeing the successes of the other businesses before me and the businesses that are going to come after me is that consistency, that unification is something I'm so confident in.
Awesome. Now, what advice would you give somebody who owns a business and is considering potentially engaging with us and maybe becoming a client?
Sure. Don't do it if you're not ready to be vulnerable. That is so huge. That is so huge. If you're that tough guy in the room who knows everything or doesn't think this is what you need, I mean, honestly, just don't waste your time. Just continue with your business, and you're going to plateau there. You have to let your guard down and show your numbers and cry and tell people what you want, or what your vision is, or even if you think it's stupid or you think it's so far out there, there's no way. Talking about these things and getting to be silly and getting to be a dreamer, that's the only way you're going to be successful. And I appreciate the coaches that put up or try to break down those walls that we put up, because we want to be seen as the expert, and you guys are, again, you're magicians to get people to talk about their insecurities and vulnerabilities. But if you don't come to the table with those vulnerabilities, then you're just going to shut down. You already know everything.
It's really important to be honest in the relationship, so we know what you're really thinking, feeling, dreaming about.
I mean, you guys know every time I have a problem and I'm unsure about it, it's like, even if I don't articulate it, you guys know me well enough now. You're like, what are you thinking? No, come on, let's talk it through. And that's what I loved. After a while, it becomes instinctual. Like, you guys know what your clients are thinking and what their hesitation is, and getting that person to talk about it is just so huge, because I realize a lot the flaw in my argument, and I'm like, well, I should try this.
Yeah. And the other clients that you've met throughout our system, what's your anecdotal feeling about what they take away from the value proposition of working with us?
Honestly, I really, the best part about the clients that I've met through you guys are just their sense of adventure and their sense of fun. They want their business to be successful so they can do fun things and do great things. They don't want a job. They don't want to buy their job. No one wants to buy their job. They want to be successful so they can go on to do bigger and better things. And everyone I've met has been a person who is excited about their role in growing their business and growing their role in the community. Just some of the most fantastic people that I could possibly. I'm lucky to be part of their group, because they are just the most creative, adventurous people, and I'm so blessed. Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you for letting me meet
what
them.
are some creative, adventurous, cool things you've done since you've been part of this community?
Oh, I haven't done anything. It's all of them. I'm riding on their coattails. No, just I'm trying to think. This is so stupid, but I golf, not well, but like, I get to hang out with these fun people doing creative, charitable things by golfing. And I'm like, okay, I'll golf. And then I get to network with cool people who also golf terribly. So that's one thing. What else? What have we done?
Some fun trips to conferences.
Oh, fun. So many fun trips to conferences. So many fun trips.
Didn't you go on a dude ranch trip?
We did. Yes, we went on a dude ranch. We rode horses and we ran with the horses, and we got to see a bison, and there was a moose in our campground. Ski trips, just being with some of the most motorcycle rides, being with some really adventurous people, and it's a good outlet. It's good to get to enjoy life and not be stuck behind a desk or stuck in a warehouse or stuck in an office. And
Awesome. Now, so tell us a little bit more about your business and who's your ideal client slash patient for your company?
Sure. So we, as a veterinary office, we're at, we've done our niche work. We are just do cats, and we do cats in a fantastic area of Columbus and Central Ohio. Our ideal client is someone who values the best for their cat. They are the person who knows that what we're trying to do for their kitty cat is literally the best service, the best medical care that they can afford. And they just value the time and the education that we have behind it. The best patient is one that doesn't bite, but we don't have that luxury. Unfortunately, our patients are scared, they're apprehensive. And because that's all we do is work with cats, we know how to handle these guys who are apprehensive and scared, maybe a little just anxious and fearful. There's no challenging cat that we can't handle. So yeah, I seriously, if I could see all the cats in all the world, that'd be fantastic. Those, yeah, the actual patient, yeah, every single cat.
That's your world domination coming.
That is my feline domination, total feline domination. Bring your cats here.
Yeah,
we'll pick some. We're gonna treat them right. We're gonna do it.
Awesome. And speaking of like delivering the very best care possible, you guys have some added certifications and things like that, don't you, that most places don't have at the level you guys have? What's that all about?
We are fortunate to be one of only 4 feline residency programs in the world. So our doctors have taken on extra education and responsibility to train and literally become experts and specialists in the field of feline medicine. And then we're taking that knowledge and we're sharing it with future residency residents, so they can go ahead and spread the good care all around the United States and the world. We are one of only 3 radioactive iodine treatment centers in the area. People are worried about leaving their cat at a place that has dogs right next to them when their cat's undergoing this really serious treatment for hyperthyroidism. We're able to do that here in the confines of our office. We're going to have one of the very few registered veterinary nurses who is also specialized in feline medicine. So that just adds another layer of expertise to the patient care that we have here at Cats Only. Honestly, we love the educated staff, and I love talking about how smart these people are. I literally work with the smartest and most caring people, and I am so lucky every day, really.
That is very cool. And so if somebody has a cat or knows somebody else with a cat, how would they get in touch with you and get plugged into Cats Only?
I would love eventually just to have like one of the Batman symbol in the sky, just like a big cat, and we'll be like, oh, there's someone who needs us. No, honestly, just give us a call, 614-459-4105. Visiting our website, catsonlyvc.com, can get you all the information you need and get you where you need to be. And you need to be here. If you've got a kitty, you need to be here. Because we speak meow. No one else speaks meow. We meow it all day long.
That is so awesome, Andrea. Just any parting comments, anything else you should share that I didn't ask about?
No, keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing amazing work. Don't let the tough guys and the tears, and don't ever let those people get off the hook. Make them stay until they sign up, because it's seriously, I've never had a wasted session. I've never had an insincere conversation with any of you people, and I am just so grateful to have had my free dinner and open bar many years ago with you.
Well, there you go. That's a note to all the CPAs out there. Host dinners with free beer for your clients. And
True.
But as you know, we vet our clients too. We don't just bring on a client. You have to qualify to become a client. So we didn't just like let you just let them sign up. We got to make sure you're coachable and willing to be transparent, and we can hold up the mirror loud and clear. So you've been an amazing client. So you keep it up too.
Will do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Andrea.
Thank you.